This is a 2009 Proton Jumbuck. I've had now for just over 8 months. I bought it for $2,500. I saw it was relatively cheap. It only had 168,000 Ks on the clock. I've since put on another 18,000. It's been very fuss-free motoring. It's a cheap runabout. You will hear how much engine noise is. It's quite not engine noise, sorry. There's a lot of road noise that gets into the car. It's a very light vehicle. It's more than capable of carrying your bikes on the back. I regularly take the trail bike away in this, and it does quite well. Cons can be the bump. It's horrible over the bumps. It's a lot of road noise comes in. It's basic, but this is what you're paying for. It's a very basic car. The Proton Jumbuck come out in 2 levels of trim. There was a GLSI, which had nicer seats and a couple of other power mirrors, things like that. I bought the GLSI because I wanted, when you buy something this cheap, you really don't want too much on it that can go wrong. You try to keep it as simple as possible. It's saying that, it's held up well. On the downside, you've got to teach your kids how to use a winder. So my daughter had never seen a wind-up window before. She's always had power windows. Fuel economy, it returns about 8 litres to every 100 Ks. That's just through normal driving, not overly spirited. I tend not to push this car. It's not built for that. It's cheap to run, very cheap. For like tyres, parts, etc. I haven't had to spend too much on it. I've lived with some of the little things I need to fix. I need to fix the fuel release on it. There's no technology, no Bluetooth, none of that. And back in 2009, it wasn't it was a luxury, more than a necessity, like it is today. You've got to remember, these cars are built off a Mitsubishi platform back from the 90s, so it is an older looking car. People are quite surprised when I say it's a 2009. It does all your legal speeds, which I'm about to demonstrate. Will sit on 100 Ks for all the way down the M2 and M7, unless it's an 80 K. I've got to follow the speed limit, of course. As you can see, it has no problems lugging this bike on the back. Considering it's over 200 kilos, I'm quite happy with that. Some of the good things, you can run this on any fuel, although I prefer to run it on 95. It just seems that's your happy medium, but when 95 gets a bit exy, I've put everything from regular unleaded, even E10 in it. It seems to hold up quite well. Currently been just cruising along at 80 kilometers an hour due to all the roadworks. As you can see, you can hear the road noise coming through. It's not that bad, but yeah, I haven't even put the radio on. Speaking of radios, the radios on this are quite basic. You'd probably want to swap it over for something much nicer, but it'll do the job. If you just want a basic radio CD player, it fits the bill. But I'd probably fit a newer one with Bluetooth, so at least you can take phone calls. Not too cheap to insure. This one I think costs about $900 a year to insure for market value, which is something like $4.5 grand. That's quite exy for this. Same as like in Sydney we have green slips. That was another, I think, about $900 plus your reg on top. So you're looking at about $1,200 to register one of these because it's classed as a commercial vehicle. The air conditioning works fine in this. You got to watch in summer. summer though, because it's a dark blue car, it gets really hot. If the car's already cool, it'll keep it cool all day. It does struggle a bit at times on, as most cars do, on stinking hot Aussie weather, trying to bring that temperature down. So you can see the fit and finish. It's not great, but that's okay. Door, I don't know what they're meant to hold, only small bits of rubbish. It's carpeted, and the vinyl seats. You've got a handy little storage area at the back here. That goes the length of the ute. Oh, sorry, no it doesn't. Got a handy little storage here that good for holding first aid kits, etc. A little bit of storage at the back, but not a great deal. Good for holding a weatherproof jacket or something. Everything works. Your cup holders, handy glove box. There's a section over there, little storage compartments. Effective. Taking the Jumbuck through a river crossing. Yep, good fun. Okay. I'm going to avoid most of the big stuff. Just going to go nice and gentle.